Why do you think that art has such a prominent role to play in Rideau Hall? Why is it so important, both for yourselves but also for the visitors, both tourists and invited guests who come here?
Well, I'd say first of all that art tells a story. It tells a story about the people. And the different art in Rideau Hall tells so many different stories, particularly the diversity of our country. And as we say, this is the home of the people of Canada, so they should be able to come here and see something of themselves. And I see that piece of art, I see that landscape. Yes, I know that very well.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jer?
Well, I think it's giving people an appreciation because people are passing through all the time, whether they're in the full house. But I think the art is something that people don't often get in an art gallery, but they come here for different reasons, and then they suddenly find they're actually in an art gallery. And there are guides to take them around in a very informal way, and I think that it's rather educative.
You know, it's a great question to ask because it's a part of the role of the Governor-General to reinforce those values that are most important in how we live as a people. We see that particularly through the institutions of government, but also to reinforce those creative spirits that so reflect what we are as a people. And so we have not simply the art in this building, but we have so many of the awards that recognize excellence in Canadian endeavor. We have the Performing Arts Awards, for example. We have Architecture Awards. We have History Awards. We have the Literature Awards, started in 1937 by John Buchan, Lord Tweedsmuir, who wrote a modest 120 books himself. And I remind myself of that when I'm sitting at my desk doing what I'm doing, to say that Buchan always had a full-time job and did writing on the side, but managed to do 120 books. Those literary traditions, and I mentioned the Michener Awards in journalism, and I could mention another 10 or 12 awards that really connect and honor Canadians, but also inspire Canadians because of the stories they tell, that this is a good country and we're doing even better. And that's particularly true in the arts field. I was recently told that there was a survey done of the 10 best recognized people from a particular country around the world. Well, in the case of Canada, all of the 10 were artists. We were best known by our artists. It speaks well for this little country, Canada.
When you come into Rideau Hall, you're noticing just the fact that you're here. You're looking at the portraits around us, you're looking at the staircase, but you're probably not noticing an important element of this room that we should, which is the banister for the stairs.
Which is quite new. This happened in the last year, this marvelous bronze banister, replacing a nondescript one. It's a gift from a donor who cares a great deal about this place and our traditions, and it's to mark the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. And here the crest represents that 1952 to 2012, 60 years as our monarch. A beautiful piece of work, all hand done. First of all, the glass here represents the waters that link Canada and the coast to coast to coast with the largest coastal area on the globe. Then these fronds here represent the flora and the fauna, of which Canada has so much with such extraordinary diversity. And then finally, this rail is the transcontinental railway that actually brought Canada together in Confederation and subsequently. And all of this done in this beautiful Canadian material of bronze that welcomes people into the home of people, Canada.
It's really remarkable. And you know what's so interesting about it is that in this, in Rideau Hall, there really is no detail that is not, that is overlooked. Mm-hmm. Everything has a story. Yes, right. Exactly. Even the smallest things, or the most, the things you might overlook, like a banister, have a story.
And you think of the hands that held this rail coming up and going down, and the apprehensions and the joy and so on that would be in the hands and the hearts of people who, over the years, will continue to tread these steps and go into the ballroom there for investitures and celebrations to the right.
That's so true, in fact. Now when people, after seeing this, come to Rideau Hall, they'll all want to touch the banister.
Yep.
That's right. Thank you.